This week's World's Aquarium video of the week is about the Sea Shepherd Conservation Society and what they were doing in San Carlos during March with their new vessel, the Martin Sheen. We spoke with their captain about their first campaign ever in the Sea of Cortes called Operation Milagro, which is a campaign that is about one of the world's most endangered marine mammals, which is found only here in the Sea of Cortes in the upper Gulf, La Vaquita Marina.
So my name is Oona Layolle, and I'm the captain of the newest sailing vessel that Sea Shepherd just purchased, the Martin Sheen. And I've been working for Sea Shepherd Conservation Society for now 4 years.
And how did you, what compelled you to work for Sea Shepherd?
I grew up on sailing boats, and my father used to build sailing boats. So every day of my life I would dive and I would hang out with the creatures of the sea. And all these beautiful places where I've been, I came back a few years later, and every time I go back to this paradise, they're just like really not look like before. They're just dying, and it's just wall-wise, like all the oceans are.
Where did you go sailing, then you went back? Give me a specific place.
So I mostly sail around the Pacific, on the Pacific Islands, and that's where I realized that all the corals are dying. There used to be dolphins all over the place. There is like less and less dolphins around. Whales, we used to see a lot of whales. We don't see any more whales. Sharks. Every time I used to dive, there were sharks around us. And now, every time I dive, I never see sharks anymore.
What have you seen in the Sea of Cortes?
So this is my first time on the Sea of Cortes, and I was very surprised of the biodiversity that is still here. We saw so many whales and whale sharks. It was the first time in my whole life that I saw a whale shark. We've seen so many fishes and so many birds, and it's such a fragile, beautiful place that we really need to take care of it.
Why are you here?
I am here because I heard that there is this marine mammal that is the smallest mammal in the planet, and it's in danger of extinction. And it's been 21 years that they're trying to save it, and the numbers are going down and down. And now it's very critical numbers. The last time they count that there were less than 100. So I'm trying to see if we can help it and if we can bring the numbers up again and avoid the extinction of the vaquita.
How did Sea Shepherd decide to get involved in vaquita?
Sea Shepherd is involved with any kind of problem that the sea is facing. So every time that there is a problem with illegal fishing or research activity problem, contamination, pollution, or an endangered species that's about to disappear, people call us and tell us that there is something that we can do there. And every time we try to go and help as much as we can.
Was that kind of the issue here? Were you lobbied by someone, by a group in particular to come here? Or were you lobbied to come here?
I heard some people from Sea of Cortes that contacted Sea Shepherd through our crew website, saying that it would be nice that we could come here because not much things have been efficient on the vaquita problem, that no patrolling is happening, that it's overfished in the north of Sea of Cortes, that the government is not patrolling enough, and that if we don't do something now, then the vaquita is going to disappear forever, because extinction is forever.
That's for sure. How many times now have you been to San Felipe, and what have you seen while you were there?
So I've captained this ship 2 times now to San Felipe, and the first time it was during the shrimp season. And I was expecting, because it's the refuge for the vaquita, I was expecting not to see any fishing activities, at least inside the refuge. But we were really sadly surprised because there is just fishing boats all over the place, and it was barely impossible to avoid them.
Now, are we talking inside the yellow buoyed, corbata-shaped, weird-shaped vaquita refuge?
Yes.
You saw fishing inside the refuge?
So we saw many times, all the time, fishing inside the vaquita refuge. There is the reserve, and there is fishing inside the reserve too, but we specifically stayed inside of the refuge because that's where we are expecting to film the vaquita, because that's where they're supposed to be protected. And it's really sad to see like there is tons and tons of fishing activity inside the vaquita refuge.
Okay, so you've been up there 2 times now, and the first time you saw a bunch of fishing where there shouldn't have been. What about the last time?
The last time it was not the shrimp season anymore. Last time it was not the shrimp season anymore, but it was the corvina season. And the corvina is a fish that it's fished more on the shore. But even like that, there were still like gillnet fishing inside the refuge of the vaquita. So not only on the reserve, but also inside where the vaquita is protected, where no fishing activity is legal, except for this vaquita-proof net. Yep.
Well, I don't think it's even legal with the vaquita-proof net.
I've heard that, yes.
Well, they don't even have it, though. Has anybody got it?
I've never seen it, but they say it's legal.
So you were up there, so let me get this right. You were up there twice in the Vaquita Refuge, and twice you saw people fishing within the Vaquita Refuge.
Yes. 2 times I went there, and there is always fishermen
That's
fishing.
100%.
And it was even, yeah, it was even like Semana Santa, so I was expecting, okay, this is a holiday, fishermen probably want to stay with their families, so maybe the fishing activity is going to be a bit less, and maybe we're going to be able to peaceful film the vaquita. But no, it didn't happen. Like, even like that, there is always fishing activity inside the vaquita refuge.
Are you guys going to stick around on Sea of Cortes?
We have other campaigns and missions to do, but we are looking at if what we can do and come back and follow up on what we already have and seen here.
Are you going to go back up there then after you leave San Carlos?
Yes, I'm going to go back there on Monday. So it takes me 2 days to go there. And then this time I don't really need... I hope I can see the vaquita one day, because that would be so nice. So we're here for the vaquita and we haven't seen any. We thought we saw some of them sometimes, but they're very shy. They just like go away. So we didn't manage to film them. And so this time we'll see if we can see the vaquita, and I'm also gonna go on shore and see if I can talk to Profepa and Conam, see what they say.
What's it gonna take to keep you guys here?
We're doing everything to stay here. I mean, the reason why I'm here, it's because we want to see how we can help and how to go to best help. So there is a lot of chances that we'll be back.
All right, cool. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Sea Shepherd Society is being very, very politically correct with the Mexican government. Now, remember what the captain of the Martin Sheen said. She said she has seen massive illegal fishing going on within the Vaquita Refuge. And they have video images of that fishing, but the Sea Shepherd Society has not released any video images of illegal fishing within the Vaquita Refuge. This is kind of like the soft side of the Sea Shepherd. This is their new boat. This Martin Sheen boat is a very nice boat. It's not an intervention boat. It's more of a research vessel. And so they're being very politically correct with the Mexican government. But nonetheless, people should understand that it is the Mexican government that has done an absolutely horrendous job of inspection and enforcement in the Vaquita Refuge. And that is precisely the reason why Sea Shepherd is here, because the Mexican government, specifically the agency of Profepa, which is basically the Americans' version of the EPA, has completely dropped the ball on Vaquita conservation in the northern Sea of Cortes. Now, what the Sea Shepherd Society witnessed at the beginning of March of 2015 within the Vaquita Refuge is absolutely nothing new. Actually, if they hadn't witnessed illegal fishing, that would have been a revelation. So take a look at these images from December 5th of 2014. This is from a website called the Cetacean Group, and these images are readily available online. And what these images show, these are satellite images taken of the Vaquita Refuge. The Vaquita Refuge is marked out with those little red dots. And as you see, every little number there is actually a vessel that is engaged in fishing inside the Vaquita Refuge. And this is one day, mind you. One day of fishing on the 5th of December, 2014. So this is absolutely nothing new. Where is the inspection and the enforcement? Where is Profepa? Profepa has been completely and utterly absent from doing their job. And Profepa is the big pink elephant in the room. And so it just goes to show you that what it's going to take in the future is going to be independent watchdogs like the Sea Shepherd organization and others. Hopefully ourselves, WorldsAquarium, we will be up there this winter, and we will be watching to see what's going on within the Vaquita Refuge. So that about wraps it up for this week's WorldsAquarium video of the week. A special thanks to Elmar Diving and the dive boat Piasquita and Capitan Sam for taking us out to the Martin Sheen, so we could bid a fond farewell to Sea Shepherd and wish them the best of luck in their Operation Milagro. I'm Vince. Thanks for watching this week's WorldsAquarium video. Next week will be a big week for us at WorldsAquarium. We will be in Washington, D.C., taking part in the Blue Vision Summit. And we'll be reporting on that when we get back. So, con el favor de Dios, we do hope to see you next week.